Welcome back to SkywayTj, guys, and today is another episode of What's Poppin'. I've been really enjoying doing this series, and it seems like you guys are too. So thank you for all the support you've been giving me on the show. And without further ado, we're going to hop into this week's news and Hollywood, gaming, all that jazz. If you like this type of content, guys, please drop that like and subscribe for more. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's roll the title card. So our first story today is about Joaquin Phoenix. As you know, he portrayed Joker in the hit film Joker. This is from the Discussing Film Twitter page. It says, so far, Joaquin Phoenix has won Best Leading Actor at the Golden Globes, the Hollywood Critics Association Awards, the SAG Awards, and the Critics' Choice Awards for his role in Joker. He's also been nominated for Best Leading Actor at the Academy Awards and the BAFTAs. That is an incredible amount of things to be nominated for. If I had to guess, he's probably going to win the Oscar for Best Actor. But I guess we'll see here soon. The Oscars are coming up, so it's an interesting year for Joaquin, and I think he really deserves it. So that's just a little update on Joaquin and all his progress. This next story comes from the Pokemon Twitter page. It says, as the legendary Pokemon Mewtwo becomes aware of its own dubious origin, it begins to resent its human creators and seeks revenge. It's happening, trainers. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution is coming to Netflix on February 27th. So for those of you who have ever seen Pokemon the first movie, this is pretty much just a remake of that, but with better graphics and new animation technology. It's going to be fucking sick. I'm very excited to see this. Pokemon has had a banger year, and I'm very excited to see what this series is about, and I will report on it once I've seen it. This comes from Deadline. It says, Justice League Dark, Bad Robot developing film and TV projects based on Warner Brothers DC Comics. Exclusive, I hear that Bad Robot, through its deal at Warner Media, is exclusively developing both film and TV ideas based on DC's Justice League Dark universe at Warner Bros. Yada yada. It says, Justice League Dark first appeared in the September 2011 issue of Justice League Dark, featuring such superheroes, mostly occult and offbeat, as John Constantine, Mystic and Fortune Teller, Madame Xanadu, Deadman, Shade, the Changing Man, and Zatanna. The roster is much larger. Members joined later on, with Swamp Thing being added in issue 19. Other members of the team include Andrew Bennett, a centuries-old vampire, Black Orchid, a shapeshifter, Dr. Mist, a spy who worked for villain Felix Faust, Frankenstein, Pandora, based on the Greek character, Nightmare Nurse, a healer of supernatural wounds, among several others. Given their powers, they typically handle situations outside of the scope of the traditional Justice League, which includes Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and The Flash. The Justice League Dark title and team were created by Peter Milligan with art by Michael Janine. So this is cool. I've been wanting DC to do something similar to this for a while now. They should focus on their rich history of comic book characters and do more risque stuff like this, like focus on badder characters or darker characters. These seem more like anti-heroes. So I'm excited to see this, and I'm excited to see where the production company goes, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of film and movies come out of this deal. So hopefully we'll be able to report on it soon. This next story says, Ben Schwartz, Amy Garcia, Sam Richardson, and Wendy McClendon-Covey have been cast in Hulu's animated MODOK series, or MODOK. Let's see. It says Marvel Television might be getting phased out, but Marvel's MODOK TV series at Hulu has a whole new chorus of voices. It lists all that. It says, with executive producer Patton Oswalt starring as the constantly foiled mental organism designed only for killing, the adult-centric comedy is set to debut this year under the Disney-controlled streamer. Let's read what MODOK, the character, is about. It says, in Marvel's MODOK, the megalomaniac supervillain MODOK, who's played by Patton Oswalt, has long pursued his dream of one day conquering the world, but after years of setbacks and failures fighting the Earth's mightiest heroes, MODOK has run his evil organization AIM into the ground. Ousted as AIM's leader while also dealing with his crumbling marriage and family life, the mental organism designed only for killing is set to confront his greatest challenge yet, a midlife crisis. So basically, it's a failed superhero who has to deal with his family in a midlife crisis, which I think is pretty good. It's pretty funny. It's good to see Marvel take more risks like this on their other platforms besides Disney Plus and everything. So we're getting a new Hulu show. It's apparently going to be pretty funny, like a family situational comedy. So we'll have to report back on this when we get more news, but there you go, guys. New Hulu series for Marvel. This next article is quick. It doesn't even really divulge much, but it says the Disney Plus She-Hulk series is eyeing to begin filming in July in Atlanta. So this is just cool. Marvel has had a kick-ass year. They're just keep on furthering projects like this. She-Hulk's one of the ones I'm more excited for because I love the character that I've read about from the comics, and I want Red Hulk to appear in the MCU in some way, and I'm hoping he premieres in this one as the villain. Nothing's been really reported on this series yet, but it's going to be filming soon. It'll probably come out in 2021, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, She-Hulk starting to film in July. From the MCU Cosmic, we have Captain Marvel 2 is officially in the works and expected in 2022. We knew it was coming as Kevin Feige named Captain Marvel 2 in Hall H last July at CDCC, whatever. San Diego Comic-Con. But now the movie has a writer and a target release date. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Marvel has hired their WandaVision writer Megan McDonald to write the present-day Captain Marvel 2. And Marvel is currently searching for a director, as Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck might be doing a Disney Plus series. They also say that Marvel is eyeing a 2022 release. So far, the only 2022 movie officially announced is Black Panther 2 for May 6th, meaning that Captain Marvel 2 could fall in the February, July, or October dates. Also expected in 2022 is the third Ant-Man and possibly the third Deadpool. And if you couple those with Black Panther and Captain Marvel, it'd make that year pretty big for Marvel Studios. So I like this. My biggest worry with all these, the announcement of Phase 4, was that some of all the newer IPs were going to start pushing all of the heroes that we've grown to love out of the picture. But it seems like they're fully committed to giving us sequels based on the characters we've grown to love and appreciate. So hopefully in 2022 we see Captain Marvel 2, and hopefully it's better. Or hopefully it's widely received and everyone loves it as much as most people do love these Marvel things. Something I think is stupid is that Bloodshot movie starring Vin Diesel, which is he's an anti-hero, superhero, Punisher-like villain, but he's not connected to Marvel or DC. He's from Valiant Comics, I believe. It's being rated PG-13, which is a huge misstep because you think they would have learned from Venom. You can't have these characters that go on killing sprees be rated PG-13. Just rate them R. Let them kill, let the blood actually look authentic, stop biting people's heads off screen or whatever. It's a pretty big misstep in my opinion. Bit of disappointing news. There's a double-edged sword. A new Kingdom Hearts game has been announced, but it's only on iOS and Android, so it's a mobile game. I'm gonna tell every company out there this right now. Nobody likes mobile games. Like, if you have a big series and you make a mobile game, it's gonna fail. The only one that I feel like it's been a success is Pokemon Go. Stop this. But anyway, there's a new Kingdom Hearts game coming out. If you're a fan of the games, maybe you'll like this, but in my opinion, it's gonna fail. But whatever, new mobile game coming out in spring 2020. This next story comes from Collider. It says, exclusive ObiWAN Disney Plus series on hold as crew is sent home. The article says, last week, troubling rumors began swirling about the upcoming Disney Plus series revolving around the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor is poised to reprise his role from Star Wars prequels in a story set 8 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. Screenwriter Hossein Amini and director Deborah Chow were tapped to spearhead the series, and production was on pace to begin this year. These rumors hinted at a potential trouble behind the scenes, and while we're hearing the show isn't canceled, we are hearing that it's been delayed. Two independent sources with knowledge of the situation tell Collider that Obi-Wan series has been put on hold as the crew that had assembled at Pinewood Studios in London was sent home. Time frame was not given, but the crew was told that the show would be down indefinitely. We're hearing that Lucasfilm president and Obi-Wan producer Kathleen Kennedy was not happy with the scripts. Sources tell us that what will most likely happen next is the scripts will be reworked with the hopeful goal of reassembling this summer, but there's always the possibility that time frame could shift. So this sucks, because I wanted the Obi-Wan series as soon as possible. I want to see what the character's been up to in all those years following Revenge of the Sith. But if they're going to be making it better and so it's up to par with great shows like The Mandalorian and everything else that's out there these days, then I'm fine with it. But I just don't want it to be canceled entirely. So if it's going to be put on hold to be making it better, that's fine by me. Just please don't cancel it. Fans really, really, really want this show. Please don't cancel it. For the love of God. Two quick little stories I thought I should throw in there. We're getting a Bambi live-action remake and a remake that is co-written by Robert Zemeckis for Pinocchio. So, and that one's production is to begin in late 2020. So, Pinocchio isn't a story I ever thought would like get the live action treatment, but who knows what's going on in Disney's mind these days. And Bambi, it's highly beloved by most Disney lovers, and it's very traumatizing for most people because we remember what happened to Bambi's mom. But yeah, those are both supposed to be starting production soon. So, for those who like the live action stuff, this is great. For those of you who hate it, I'm sorry, but they're just not going to stop, so you might as well just get used to it. Quick little story. There was supposed to be an Uncharted movie that came out near the end of this year. It's been pushed back to March 5th of 2021. This happens with movies that are announced like super early on. They realize down the line that they need more time to work on them. This shouldn't be that big of an issue. It's still coming out. It hasn't been canceled or anything. But if you were looking forward to seeing that at the end of this year, you're going to have to wait until March 5th of next year now. So I'd like to just throw that in there for you guys. Similarly, the Masters of the Universe film that was supposed to come out in 2021 no longer has a release date. So if fans were looking forward to seeing He-Man and Skeletor on the big screen again, you're going to have to wait a bit longer because it hasn't even said it's been pushed back. It just doesn't have a release date. That's troubling. The movie might not even happen now, but we'll further report if we get more information on it. Some good news for fans of Deadpool. Rhett Reese has assured fans that Deadpool 3 absolutely can have an R-rated rating due to the film likely being released under the Disney's 20th Century Studios banner. This is super good news. Everyone was worried about Deadpool being Disney-fied and having to be PG-13, but it seems like they're going to continue letting him be R-rated. I'm sure if he appears in any like team-up movies with other PG-13 characters like the Avengers or the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, then yeah, he's going to have to be PG-13, but at least in his own movies, he's allowed to be the R-rated Ryan Reynolds Deadpool that we love. So I'm very excited to announce that he should be getting an R rating for his movies. Please, for the love of God, don't change that about Deadpool. Quick little last story for you guys. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will premiere in August on Disney+. I know a lot of us were a bit worried with the production delays because of the earthquakes in Puerto Rico, but it seems everything's on track and that the show will come out on schedule. So for all of us who are excited to see what's going on with Cap's sidekicks after the events of Endgame, we will be able to know in August on Disney+. And guys, for the movies coming out this weekend that you might want to check out, we have The Rhythm Section, which stars Emily Blunt and Jude Law, stars Blake Lively and Jude Law and Sterling K. Brown. That one comes out, I believe it is it's a drama film between the British and America. The premise: Rhythm Section is an international spy thriller that follows the story of Stephanie Patrick, a woman who seeks to uncover the truth behind a plane crash that killed her family 3 years earlier. Patrick was also meant to be on the flight. After she discovers that the crash was not accidental, she embarks on a mission to track down those responsible by assuming the identity of an assassin. I can't talk today. And the other movie coming out this weekend is Gretel and Hansel. It's an upcoming 2020 American dark fantasy horror film based on the German folklore Hansel and Gretel. Premise: the story is described as being set a long time ago in a distant fairy tale countryside and focuses on a young girl who leads her little brother into a dark wood in a desperate search of food and work, only to stumble upon a nexus of terrifying evil. So everyone knows the story of Hansel and Gretel. It's a similar retelling of that. I will add that Sophia Lillis is playing Gretel, and she was in It Chapter 1 as Beverly, young Beverly. So really interested to see that, and I hope it's as good as I'm hoping it will be. Don't know if that made sense. Well, guys, that's been What's Poppin'. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please drop that like and subscribe for more. I've been loving the support I'm getting on this show, and I love you all for giving it to me. I will be back soon with more videos. I got to film the reviews for I Saw Like a Boss and Doolittle, so those will be out this week. Don't you worry, I'll be back next week with another episode of What's Poppin'. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you then. Bye.